Well, this is going to be a little interesting. I accidentally hit the button on the last video, so this will be the first one that I have had to put two together. Either way, we'll keep going with it. Yeah, I'll have to I'll have to figure out which direction. The pump is on that side, I think. That would be hot though, because the pump is pumping out the hot that way. Right, and then all the cold stuff is coming here to then go through the head. Anyway, I'll figure that out, and like I say, I think I need to vacuum it out. The coolant bottle, I have it still soaking with descaler in it. It was pretty nasty, and the guy I sold the other car to, he let it sit and idle, and this one had been wired for the fan to run constantly because the coolant temp in the other engine or sensor wasn't working. But the other car I had wired properly because this sensor is working, and so he had it sitting there idle and checking it out, and it overheated on him, which is I don't know what to say. You should have been paying attention, but at the same time, I can understand why you weren't. New car, whatever, checking her out. It happens. Things obviously weren't working, so what do you do? What do you do? But he said it was really, really dirty. He thought I had to reuse the coolant, which I did not. And he showed me pictures, so I just want to make sure I flush this system. I'll suck it all out, and I think I'll run some water through and then suck all that out. Because I know the coolant in here is just pristine. Enough of it spilt out that I know it's pristine. What else I found? This is from my Tercel. I don't know why people delete these. It's part of the evaporative system. It traps your vapor from your fuel, and then helps you when you first start it up. It sucks up those vapors, so you don't. I think people think it's part of the EGR system, the exhaust, so that's why they delete it. Or for the I don't know, £3 to save. Not worth it, but it'll go here. I had one from my my first gen, but it was way too big to fit there, so this will work. I got my fuel pump resistor, my fuel pump relay. Yes, so this is to switch your fuel pump from low power to high power when you slam the pedal down. I spent for this my adjustable boost gauge. I'm not sure if it works, but we'll figure it out. I got a new fuel filter here. Here's the rest of my bits for hooking the clutch up. Got some zip ties. But yeah, everything's in. I got to do those mounts. It rocks a little bit, but I managed to get that wrapped. Actually started at the bottom, was able to wrap all the way to the top, and then back down again. There's a bung still there. Bung for my AFR, air fuel ratio gauge. I got one, but it's only a narrow band, so it's not going to do me any good on a turbo, so I'm going to order one and get one. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do for the cluster stuff in the car. These are all the pieces that are left to put in. There's the main cowl there, there's the T-top things, and then the tuck underneath there, and then the surround. There's basically, I think, 5 screws I've got left to put in. I've got this mocked in here. I have a DIN, a little cubby, come in here. I think I'm going to be happy with this, and I think if I ever replace it, I'm just going to do a single DIN anyway, maybe with the pop-out touchscreen or screen or something. But then it's hard to say because I like my gauges here, but I'm not sure. That's where the vent is. I can delete it. I never have that on. But yeah, everything else is in. Like I said, other than the T-top stuff, all the back is in. I misplaced the proper screw or the beauty thing for that, the cap. But I'll figure it out. It's around here somewhere. I think I've got down to, I've narrowed down all the pieces that I'm certain go in the car to pretty much this box. These are just extra, I think. Well, these, I'm not sure which ones of these I need, and I probably only need this many of them. So it's just a matter of figuring it out. There was a lot of random screws between the two cars and stuff, extra parts, weird things. Some of these are actually Toyota, some of them are just who the F knows what. A lot. I just, some of it, like there's a few of these things that were from like my other MR2, but not, the tree was only like a quarter full, and all these weird screws and all kinds of other stuff too. Like these are the parts here that I've pushed aside. I still need to take and go through the conduit because I haven't soldered the harness, but there's extra stuff here. There's a few things that were in there. There's some extra screws that didn't end up back in. A lot of this is just my goodies anyway, but got my cleaning trick card out so I can get ready to start cleaning her because I'm pretty much at that point. Ooh. Did I put something in the way? No. This door is a little funny too. I think I need to adjust it a little bit. Whoever hung it didn't hang it right. It just sits a little in. You can kind of see it there. But I'll fix that. No biggie. This was actually, the kit was fit very well. It just didn't have enough screws in it. I still need to get something down here, but I need to figure out a spacer because there's enough room. I can get my fingers there before it hits the wheel arch. So I don't just want to put a screw in there. It'll just ruin it. There's a smaller gap right here at the very bottom, I guess. I get some rubber. I got some, actually. Since I'm thinking about it and talking about it now, I'll go grab it. Use some of this. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. Yeah, I know where it is. My wheels are all underneath there, just tucked away out of the way. Got to clean my cross member up. It's been sitting out here for a while, but I think I'm going to take some degreaser and this and then pressure wash it. She's clean. I just moved it out of the way. Right. Yeah. But yeah, I got those. That's the intake left. And what's there? Like I said, other than for the brakes, it would have been done. I did also have, let's climb underneath. Might as well give you the full thing. I don't know when I'll do another one. It won't be till it's clean and done and on the road certified, so I still got to get the exhaust in. See, I've been dumping ATF in everywhere I can, so I'll wipe up that little excess stuff. It just helps prevent rust. There's a few places left to do there. But yeah, I had some issues here. Keep climbing with this mount, and anybody who owns one of these knows what it's like if you've got one that somebody doesn't know how to run a torque wrench. So you can see there, the top one isn't the stock bolt, and it's one of the very few non-stock bolts in this car. Like there's less than 10, maybe slightly over a handful, say 6, 7, but definitely less than 10 non-Toyota, like what you would get from factory here. That's one. And then there's this setup that I had to do for this, because there's normally a brace here on the other generations and blah blah blah. Anybody who knows and has done a Gen 4 swap knows this is a little thing. This tang has been welded on here, and so I needed a spacer, and I didn't weld this on. Somebody else had done that. I got my clutch that I still need to hook up. I got the line in there, and I got to hook up the shifter. There's the fuel filter I need to replace. Yeah, like I said, I wrapped that. I got it nice there. That's just one clamp on it. Hopefully that clamp lasts. I did spend a small fortune on getting some nice non-marring clamps for the rest of the car. I gotta put that one cancer bar back in. That's the only one you really have to take out for to drop the engine. But yeah, other than that, then it's the exhaust. I got my new seals. This one isn't quite tapped in all the way. You can see there, because the way I had it set up when it was out, I couldn't swing. Like there was something blocking this. This was actually sitting on something on the cart, so I couldn't swing. It was like ding, 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 and so I just stopped when it's nice there. Now I'll get my thing that I got going over there, my PVC, and just get her set. And the axles are sitting behind my tools over there, all just wrapped up out of the way, because you won't need them until pretty much one of the last things. Yeah. And then that's the harness there that I got to finish up. Pretty much everything I need to solder or together is marked with yellow here, so you can see there isn't a lot. There's one there, there's one there. These I still got to deal with. I'm not sure. I don't think I really need these. I wasn't using them before in the other car. I think it's just stuff from the Gen 1. I just don't want to pull it all out if I can find a use for the wires, because I know some of them will go to the cabin and maybe I can just hijack them rather than trying to push new wire through the firewall. The car came with this brand new in the box fuel cut defender. This allows you to run more higher boost before the fuel cut kicks in with the stock ECU. Basically, it's just a resistor that you put in line with the throttle position sensor, so it tells the computer different voltages. But yeah, that's what I got to do. And then I like I said, I got the wrap over here once I get it all there, but I've tucked it all in the engine. It's going to look really nice. You probably won't see much of it. I rerouted all of it. All of these just go here. Any of these wires just immediately dump down underneath on the back side, tucked all underneath. So yeah, it won't look a lot different, but I had a little issues lifting this up for the reason that I don't have the car set on the same way I did before. The other car, it was real easy, but I didn't have it on jack stands in the front. I actually had these jack stands on the back, so it was lower and a little more level, and it just like went whoosh, right? Mostly because I could use my crane. You can see it's not very high there, and I was hitting here a little bit with this setup. Well, I wasn't, but you know, I wasn't going to, but it was really close, so it was hard to lift up. Plus this engine wanted to tilt this way. I couldn't really grab it on center and keep it level. And I think, again, if it was lower, I would have been able to do it because I wouldn't have had to use the chains the way I did. But I've got a catch can I got to put in there. I think that one's only going to be good for this crank vent. It's from a smaller engine, or it was from an engine in a smaller car, or designed for that. I was looking the ones for this because this is the standard crank, so you actually want something a little bigger. Like that's probably like double or triple the diameter of that output. So I'll get another one. I think maybe I'll use the one that came in the other car. Look at it, that somebody made as a catch can. It works, it's functional, but that was just stuck to the side. Like, maybe I'll just use that for the time being. But it's actually better if you have it sealed in a vacuum back too, because there's a hose that's supposed to go to that fitting on my intake. But there's a few ways to skin the cat on plumbing these out, but you know, I have the bits, I'm going to use them. I'm very much looking forward to driving this thing. You can see there's soap residue on that. I gotta rinse all this off. But other than the brake thing, which I am gonna have to order parts for here, and it's Sunday, so I gotta wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna get the rest of my list, finish my list off. There's very, very, very little, and get it ordered, so it'll be here, and then I don't have to worry about it. I'm just gonna pick at the fronts to see if I need to replace any of these calipers or lines or anything like that. There's a little bit of like disappointment in my voice, because I did expect to be driving this yesterday, but when I realized things were going to be the way they are, I just took my time a little bit more. But anyway, it's a long-winded video, so especially since now I got to figure out how to jam two of them together, so it might not come out. It might only be tomorrow, because I'm not going to fart around with it right now. And yeah, everybody have a good one. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I certainly did. Even with all the struggles and everything that I had to do, trying to find this, that, and the other for thread repair that I couldn't find and end up using something else. And long story short, enjoy. And comment, like, subscribe, that kind of stuff. Again, I'm not trying to make a career, but if I notice people are watching and doing stuff and sharing stuff and think it's interesting, I will keep doing these, maybe even a little more often. Like I said, I do have a fair lot of projects, so if you're into like the old Toyotas or MR2s, absolutely hit me up and do the do. So I keep doing the do. Right? Right. All right. Peace. I'm out of here.